Hey, all right. You are now participating in the best 30-day quest going on in the Mojave right now. You have already seen the squares that have been eliminated. Now take a look at today's 3 squares that are out of the running. So once again, what you're seeing now on the board, those X's do not go there. There's no gold there. They're out of play. You want to focus on what's left. What's going to help you narrow that down? The video clues. There's a new video clue today. Right after I stop talking, you'll see a video clue. I think it's a good one. The topic for this one, again, we're talking about elevation. So there's one clue in there that I want you to get. It relates to the elevation of the gold. So see if you can figure that out. Starting easy, getting harder. Good luck. Have fun. Be safe. Don't mess with snakes. Hello, welcome back to Fight Club News. I'm your host, Frank Peroni, and this is Jon Jon, legendary jiu-jitsu champion who's recently made the transition to the UFC. Just signed a huge fat contract. He was at the fight. Trump shook his hand. All that noise. We're here to get his thoughts on some past MMA UFC greats. Welcome to the show, Jon Jon.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I love the fans, I love the sport, I love talking about the sport, I love being a fan of all combat sports, not just jiu-jitsu, but also Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA, freestyle wrestling. I'm into it. So today we're going to talk about maybe my favorite fighter, um, BJ Penn. Okay, so BJ Penn, ask me some questions. Frank, ask me some questions.
BJ Penn, where did he start? Where did he first get on the scene?
Well, BJ is from Hilo, Hawaii. He is Korean and native Hawaiian through his mother, Susan Shim, or Lorraine Shim. Yeah, Lorraine Shim. And he's mostly English and Irish from his father, therefore getting the Penn name. So he is what people in Hawaii would call like a Hapa boy. Hapa meaning half, but he's mixed, and most Hawaiians are mixed. And he grew up in Hilo, and he was a good street fighter, very good boxer. And a man named Tom Kalos came and wanted to teach jiu-jitsu, and he learned jiu-jitsu from him. And after he graduated from high school, he didn't want to go to college, so his dad sent him to San Jose, California, to train with Ralph Gracie. And he got his black belt in 3 years, which is the fastest out of anyone. And he won the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championship in Brazil, when it was still held in Brazil, when all the best fighters were there. So he is a Jiu-Jitsu legend and a UFC legend.
Wow, so he's part of the famous Gracie line, right? The Gracie chain of school.
Well, that's where some of the controversy comes in, because his coach in California, his original coach, Ralph Gracie, wouldn't give him the black belt.
Really?
Maybe thought that it was too quick, and he's only been training for 3 years. Black belt takes, back then people would say 10 years, but I think 12 years average to get a black belt.
And he did it in 3.
He did it in 3 because he left his academy and went to Nova União, which is a different gym. And Andre Pederneiras, I think, the head of Nova União, gave him the black belt, and he immediately trained and fought in the World Championship and won. So there's some bitterness between Ralph Gracie's team and him originally, but that's been settled now. They're both retired.
And him winning, I mean, that just cements the fact that he earned the black belt, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, because the caliber of fighter that he is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a story that you hear in combat sports a lot. When a kid wants to chase his dream and become the best in the world, they sometimes have to hurt people's feelings. How Ralph Gracie looks at him like a traitor. But I think one shouldn't get in the way of greatness, especially when it's a young person trying to just make his dreams come true.
Is that partially why you left the island of Fiji in kind of harsh terms with your old coach, old Tommy Mack?
Oh, me and Mac is cool.
You guys have straightened that beef out now.
We were never really beefing.
Ever. Okay, so it was overblown.
Yeah, right.
Because there were some tweets that went back and forth that were kind of accusatory.
No, it was just good old fun. You know, we're close enough to joke around like that, but we really understand our true intentions or true thoughts. Yeah,
Well, that's really good to know. You say BJ Penn is more known for striking or grappling, fluid mix of both. Did he have a signature style of fight? Would you say
I think BJ is still known to be not only a pioneer in the lightweight division of the UFC, but primarily as a ground guy, as a
ground guy?
jiu-jitsu guy. He is a jiu-jitsu world champion. That was his main qualification coming to the UFC for the first time. So Dana and Frank Fertitta were kind of worried that maybe this kid doesn't know how to strike, but he grew up in the streets, so he knows how to strike very well. And his first fight was a knockout win, I believe. So he's a very good boxer, and that leads to another point. Like he has some pretty bad CTE right now. Like
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He's been some of his more recent actions are a little questionable. I guess you could say.
yeah, but that's the cost of the sport, you know. It's hard to see legends kind of be unhealthy.
And that's why I think if you don't mind, just stop me if I'm going too far. But in one of your more recent fights, I mean, the ref was taking a long time to stop, and your opponent, I mean, you struck your opponent 8 times in the head. What
After,
did?
after the ref stopped
No,
it.
no, no. The ref hadn't stopped yet.
Okay, yeah,
So people were wondering,
you know
is,
that
is that
that's
more a fault with you or the ref?
no, that's the ref's choice to stop the fight that late. You know, I'm just doing my job. You know, it's super necessary to keep punching because that's the rules of this sport. You
Correct.
keep fighting until the referee stops it. I'm just following the rules of the sport. So
And your opponent, to be fair, has not been upset at you. He did question who the ref was looking at. There was some fan footage of the ref looking at a famous model in the front row while you were just repeatedly striking your opponent.
yeah, I
But
think that's what happened. You know, there's a lot of baddies in the front rows, and the referee got distracted, and then he stopped the fight too late. You know, I feel bad it happened, but it you know this is the sport. It happens sometimes.
yeah, so one more thing before I leave the subject alone. I don't want to get you upset, but some people, have commended fighters who can clearly tell when their opponent's down and they like just walk away. But not you. You just went in for the finish.
Yeah, because I don't mess with my money. You hear? I have 5 kids. You know how many pair of Jordans 5 kids need? I need to be supporting my family. I don't. I'm not gonna just take a risk like that with my family's future. So no, I don't think that kind of kindness is warranted in this sport. Yeah. If that's too hard for you, go play another sport. Play volleyball, ping pong, billiards. You know, why are you an MMA fighter and complaining about MMA and how it is and how it always been? You know, that's like me being a basketball player and complaining that 3 pointers are worth 3 pointers. But that's the way it's always been. How are you gonna just come into the sport and then complain about how it's always been? And you're a professional. Act like a professional.
All right, we're back after commercial break. Again, this is Fight Club News. I'm your host, Frank Peroni, and we're here with the legendary, newly minted triple weight class champion, Jon Jon. Jon Jon, thank you again for being with us.
Oh yeah, no problem. They require me to be here as the triple champion.
Jon Jon, the last topic before we go is you're famously sponsored by several high-profile marijuana companies, and I just have to ask. Um, some people have criticized that it might affect your training. Your last couple, ever since you got the endorsement, your last couple fights, maybe you're not showing as much flash. Some attribute that to age, but that could be your new training regimen of herbal enhancements. How do you respond to that?
Well, it's definitely my age. You know, I'm 37 years old. I'm not a spring chicken.
Mm.
You know, I'm more like a young dinosaur. You know, I may look young, but I've been around and I have lots of years of my life stacked up. all the way to 37. So that's the answer.
Jon Jon, during commercial break, you ate an entire sleeve of Oreos. Are you high right now?
No, not high. Not high.
You're not high.
No.
Not even like a little high.
Yeah, maybe a little high, but I'm not like high.
Okay, so like you're not like Willie Nelson, Snoop Dogg high.
Yeah, I'm more like a buzz before doing jujitsu high. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. Like a slight, subtle, like maybe even a middle level high. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Have you found that helps your jujitsu?
Yeah. Creativity wise, like relaxation wise, I get real cerebral. I get into the flow state a lot easier and just have a good time.
Okay.
Like I can be under somebody getting my face smashed in, and I'll be cool as a cucumber. Also because the cannabis actually helps with the pain. So not only am I relaxed and suffering from less pain, I'm having a good time. Like my ego is cool. Like I'm losing, but I'm not being submitted. So I take like a victory from that.
That's a really interesting and mature approach.
So yeah, I have a good time.
But to clarify, because you have a match in less than 2 hours, you're not high right now.
No, not high at all. Definitely
not high at all. Okay.
Yeah, you can quote me on that.
Quote you on that. Got it. Well, that's all we had for today. I want to thank the audience for tuning in, and I want to thank Jon Jon for making time out of his busy pre-fight schedule to come and give us an interview real quick.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome.
All right.
Now listen, all you treasure hunters, searching all around for plunder. Do you need some help to be your best? There's something that you're trying to find, but you're about to lose your mind. So come on, listen in to Este's Quest. Este's Quest, the show where he'll be sharing clues. Este's Quest will chase away your searcher's blues. Solving puzzles with a smile, he'll help your theories